What is up, YouTube knife community? Back again. Today, this video is going to be about mod work, and I have several to show off. So strap in, hang on, let's go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knives we're going to be talking about today. These first two are spydierats, and these two are for this fella right here on Instagram, Enzo_G35. I think his Instagram is pretty much brand new. I think maybe he started it to contact me about these. I'm not sure, but man, he's been a joy to deal with. Excellent guy. He is active duty in the military. I'm not sure which branch or none of that, but he is active duty right now. I don't think he's like deployed at the moment, but I think he's pretty close to deploying. Seems like an excellent guy. What little bit we've talked, he reached out and he wanted a 1 and a 2 done, so that's what we did. He wanted standard black scales, so that's what he got. So here's the Rat 2. There's your acid etch and stonewash on the blade, and there's your 15 degrees per side edge to a 9 micron finish. Then your liners are acid etched, stonewashed, clip, acid etched, and stonewashed, and the barrel spacers have been heat anodized. And this thing is smooth as a baby's bottom. I can't spidey flick it, but it opens great like that. I just can't get my finger in there to do it right. So, of course, you know, the more you practice with something like this, the better you get. So, I'd say he'll end up getting it as he goes on. And here's the Rat 1. There's your acid etch, your stonewash on the blade, 15 degrees per side edge, taken to a 9 micron finish, black scales, acid etch stonewash clip, acid etch stonewash liners, heat anodized barrel spacers. And again, this one's super smooth. I think I can spidey flick this one. I can at times. This one's got a super strong detent. I can't get it right now because I'm behind the camera. But when I'm not behind the camera, I can do it. But for some reason, this rat here probably has one of the strongest detents I've ever felt in my life. In a rat, anyway. But everything came out great. Very happy with it. So there's those two. I'm just going to leave them out. And this next one is for this guy. He's on Instagram as Guns, Knives, and Freedom. Again, he seems like an excellent guy. We talked back and forth a little bit, and he just seems like a good dude. As everybody I deal with pretty much seems like just excellent people. The patience that people have sometimes with me, and I'm sure with other people who do mods and customizations and stuff like that, the patience that you receive from some of these customers is mind-blowing. They're excellent people to deal with. So Guns, Knives, and Freedom, he got a Cold Steel Airlite Tonto. If you watch my channel, you know I did one of these not long ago, and I'm getting ready to do a clip point, I think, drop point, one or the other. But on this one, you got an acid etch and stonewash blade. Of course, I cut the hole and acid etch and stonewash the back spring, the clip, and then ordered black screws to fill in where I could. These two pins are acid etched and stonewashed, and this side of the pivot is acid etched and stonewashed. I think it all comes together nicely. You do have to cut the G10 down on these, and just for reference, here's a scale that I have not cut yet. That's what they look like from the factory, so you can see about how much I take out of them. Let's see, probably, let me get this lined up and I'll put it back. Yeah, let's see. There you go. Right. Come on, focus. Right there. That's how much I have to take off, so you got good access to the hole. And these things here, I've tried to spidey flick. I cannot. That triad lock definitely stops you from doing that. But who knows, with time and practice. Somebody might be able to spidey flick them. I'm not sure. So here's what the drop point blade looks like, if you're wondering. I've already got it taken out of the knife and ready to cut the hole. Just haven't done that yet. But that's what the blade looks like for the drop point. If you're wondering, you haven't seen one yet. Good looking blades. They do have some good grinds on these. They come down fairly thin, especially for cold steel. It's got a small sharpening tool in it. I didn't extend that any because there's just not a lot of blade there, so I don't really trust that. So that's it right there. Good knife. Feels great in the hand. Loving it. Love these knives modded. I don't much care for them not modded, but after I get done with the mods, I love them. So there's the Cold Steel Airlite. Sorry guys. Next up is going to be a couple fixed blades. I'm going to move these up for just a second. These two fixed blades are Kabars. Both of them are Kabars, and they're very similar to each other. These are designed by Jessy Jarosz. They come with a black coating on them and brown polymer scales. I dyed the scales black, stripped all the coating, and acid etched and stone washed. These are 1095 Crovan. On this particular knife right here, you're looking at a 3.5 inch blade. It's got 17,000 stock, or 170,000 stock. They're, as I said, 1095 Crovan, and this one right here weighs 5.6 ounces with the sheath. So that is the 7502 is the part number, if you're wondering. And this is the sheath you get with it. Just a little nylon sheath with a plastic insert for protection. It's got molly, and then this belt loop right here, and one clasp. So that's the sheath you would get with that. And next up is the Kabar 7503, and it was the same thing. It had brown scales, dyed them black, acid etched, stone washed the blade. They come out spectacular. I love the finish these took. More of like a battle worn looking finish. Something I've been playing around with a little bit, and it looks good on these big wide fixed blades. I like it. Came out sick. Really enjoyed doing these two. Oh yeah, I extended the choil on this one. It had a sharpening choil, and I made it a full forward choil, which helped this knife tremendously. I mean, it absolutely helped it tremendously. So with that one, you're looking at a 6 1/4 inch blade, and it is 11.5 overall. This is the sheath you get with it. It's a Kydex sheet or plastic sheath with a nylon drop loop and a nylon clasp, and you get retention right here. I'll show you real quick. Going in the sheath, it clicks in like that, takes it out like that. Come out excellent, man. I really do like the way these came out. These two knives are for a guy who I only talked to through email, and he goes by D's Knives. I don't know if anybody knows him out there, but he's been excellent to deal with. We worked out a trade on these, and yeah, really enjoyed working on his knives. I think they came out great. So while we're into talking about these mods, I'm going to go ahead and explain some of the work that goes into this, and I'm going to tell you some prices. If you want to hear it, stick around. If you don't, go somewhere else. I'm just kidding. But anyway, let me tear into it. So I get a lot of questions about how much do you charge for this and how much do you charge for that. So I wanted to end this video with a little list of what I do charge for certain items, certain mods. So if you're watching this video and you want a Spidey wrap, if you send me the knife and I do all the mods, I charge $80 shipped. If you want me to provide the knife, it's $120, and that is AUS 8 or D2, whichever one you want. Although I highly suggest the AUS 8, I get better edge retention out of AUS 8. So that's that. And the Airlite mod is the same exact price plus whatever the knife costs. So $80 for the work that I do to these. And we'll work out how much ever the knife costs at the time. I'm not sure. I think they're around $90. So you're looking at whatever 90 plus 80 is. And then let's talk about blades. If all you want is just a hole done, no acid etch or nothing like that, I'd charge $35 ship for a hole. If all you want is a forward choil, nothing else, that would be $25 shipped. Blade reprofile, just say like you wanted me to turn this into a reverse tanto or something like that, I would charge $30 ship for that. That's, just reprofiling the blade. If you want an example of what I'm talking about, if you go back through my videos, I did a CJRB crag for JB over at Big Red EDC, and I changed it from a cleaver shape to a sheep's foot. So that mod right there would be $35 by itself. Acid etch a blade, if all you want is me to remove your thumb studs, or if it's not a thumb stud knife, if it's a Spyderco or whatever, I'll take the blade out, acid etch it, stonewash it, then resharpen it for $45 shipped. Sharpenings, if you want a polished edge, it'll be $30 shipped. A working edge is $20 shipped. And the difference is like this right here is a working edge. If you see it, you can see the scratch pattern in it. If I can get the focus real good. Maybe not, but there, you can see it back here close to the heel. You can see the scratch pattern. So for that, I would charge $20 shipped. And then more like a polished edge like that's on these rats, I charge $30 shipped for the sharpening. And then brass and copper scales, I've done a few videos on those recently. Just the scales, no other mods to the knife, would be $45 shipped. Heat anode hardware, so I would have to take the knife, take it apart, heat anode your hardware, and then put it back together. I would charge $15 shipped for that. And then if you want scales dyed, just a standard color, one single color, $15. And if you want to fade, I'll do that for $20. And then your clips, if you want your clips stripped, that'd be coat and stripped, then acid etched and stonewashed. Or if you want it polished, or if you want me to acid or heat anode it, I'll charge $10 for clips. There's a few different options for that, And then a tune-up and spa treatment, I'll take your knife, take it apart, clean all the parts, re-lube it. I use KPL, and then I'll stick it back together. I'll do that for $15 shipped. And then fixed blade scales. I've done several videos on I don't have one here with me right now, but the tops tracker, the mini tops tracker, of course those prices will be different, depending on the size of the knife, the difficulty of the job and all that. But on average, you're looking at about $65 ship for a set of scales. And there's only certain knives I'll attempt that with. I'm not making scales for folders, and I'm not making, there might be exception to a couple different folders, but like, say you wanted a set of micarta scales made for this knife right here, I would do those scales for $65. That's me ordering the material and doing the scales. Titanium, okay, you've seen here lately I've done a couple titanium knives, and as of right now I cannot guarantee the colors. I'll get it as close to whatever you want as possible, but as I said, I'm not guaranteeing nothing. And so 2 scales, just the 2 scales, I do that for $55. 2 scales and the clip for $60. 2 scales, clip, and a backspacer for $65. There's a lot of work that goes into those. That's a pretty cheap price, and as I get better, those prices will go up. But for now, I'm just pricing it low so I can get some experience. And so yeah, that's about it. It's probably the extent of about everything I do. But if there's something that you you think of that I haven't put on here, just contact me and we'll talk it over. If anything's not listed or if I haven't listed anything. And of course, there'll be discounts on multiple knives. You know, if you want 2 or 3 knives sharpened, I'll knock some of that off because of shipping cost and all that good stuff. But yeah, so just hit me up. You know, if the price sounds grossly overpriced to you, hit me up and we'll discuss it. I love working on knives. I enjoy doing the mods. I enjoy interacting with different people in the community. So we can work out something if you want something done. And if you want to get a hold of me, right here's how to get a hold of me. Instagram, bj.hill.7. There's my email address, bgh21208@gmail.com. And I go by BJ Hill on Facebook. So that's me right there. If you want to hit me up, hit me up. So guys, the biggest reason I do these mod videos is to give the people that I'm doing them for a chance to look at the knives before I ship them, make sure that they're happy with them, make sure I'm happy with them, and all that good stuff. So if you're getting overwhelmed with mod videos from me, I apologize. There is some other stuff coming. I've got a couple edge retention results coming up pretty soon, and who knows, maybe throwing a couple of reviews here and there or whatever. But for the most part, the reviews is just not my jam. But I hope you guys are enjoying my content. Let me know, please, if I can do anything to make this better. I'll try. So guys, that's pretty much all I've got for today. I hope these guys are happy with their knives. As I said, if you have any questions about mod services, hit me up. We'll work through it. Discounts on multiples and all that good stuff. And there will be a video on the drop point of this coming up pretty soon as I finish it. There'll be more Spidey Rats coming. I've got a bunch of orders in for those. And yeah, some handle scales on a couple different fixed blades coming up pretty soon. So stick around. Let me know what you think, guys. Please hit that like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. And thanks for sticking around. I'll see you guys on the next one.